Today I'm going to tell you an interesting story about the life of Saint Jean Baptiste de La Salle. Saint John was a French priest who reformed the education system and is also known as the patron saint of teachers and educators. He was born on the 30th of April, 1651, in Reims, France, into a wealthy Catholic family. When he was young, he was known to be very smart but deeply religious. Unfortunately, both of his parents died when he was about 20 years old, and because of this, he was forced to take care of his younger siblings, especially in ensuring they received proper education. Every day, he would gather his siblings together and taught them basic lessons in reading and writing. Unknowingly, this act of teaching would later inspire him to reform the education system in Europe. Later, he then entered the seminary, where he became a priest in 1678. Soon after, he was appointed chaplain of a girls' school where he met Adrien Niel, a French educator who dreamed of opening schools for poor boys. During the 17th century, the education system in France and in Europe was very poor. Only the elite could afford education, and the teaching was done in a one-on-one method, which was basically called a tutor. Although the church was solely in charge of education, they mostly taught for priests and the elite family. As a result, most young children in Europe at that time were uneducated and often wandered the streets with no opportunity or desire to learn. Even their parents didn't prioritize educating their children, as they too had grown up without education. John believed that every child deserved a proper education, as it was the key to their social and economic advancement. In 1679, he sold all his family inheritance and partnered with Adrien. Together, they established a religious institution that trained young men to teach the poor children in France. He then revolutionized the education system by using a classroom teaching method to optimize learning and used the same lessons per day. He also encouraged the use of native language while teaching, instead of Latin, which was the standard at that time. And more importantly, he then prioritized in training more teachers to prepare them for their classroom responsibilities. This system was groundbreaking and marked the beginning of modern education. Eventually, this approach was widely adopted by educational institutions around the world. Later, his group became known as the La Salle Brothers or Lasallians, which was officially established in 1725 as the Institute of the Brothers of the Christian School. Today, this congregation operates in more than 80 countries, with thousands of members who have educated over millions of students worldwide. Some of its famous schools were named after him, such as De La Salle Institute and De La Salle University. On April 7, 1719, John happily passed away, leaving behind his legacy as the father of modern education. Later, he was canonized and is venerated as the patron saint of teachers and educators. His feast day is celebrated every 7th of April. If you like stories like this, support us, follow, like, and subscribe.